This is the Bagley Flyers News with your hosts, Remy Skuse with the lunch menu, Livy Tigey with the positive action word of the week, Ruby Schnellbach with Journey Through America, Ari Bushy with the Literacy Zone and our camera person, Carter Deardahl with sports, Gavin Wagner with sports, Jesse Durkin with the Orbit Report, Elsie Larson with announcements and the Critter Corner.
The lunch menu for this week is, on Monday, pizza, fresh veggies, and peaches. On Tuesday, hamburger with veggie fixings, fries, and apple crisp. On Wednesday, it's breakfast for lunch with pancakes, sausage patty, with a fruit and veggie bar. On Thursday, taco in a bag with veggie fixings, refried beans, and applesauce. And Friday, there's no school, so you can eat whatever you want. Bon appetit.
Here's this week's Journey Through America. This week we visit Arkansas, the natural state. It's called the natural state because it has beautiful scenery, clear lakes, free-flowing streams, magnificent rivers, meandering bayous, delta bottomlands, forested mountains, and a lot of fish and wildlife. Arkansas's state capital is Little Rock. Arkansas became the 25th U.S. state in 1836. It is the 29th largest state geographically. Its population is over 3 million, which ranks 33rd in the U.S. for the number of people.
If you visited some cool places and would like to add your picture to the wall in the library, you could either bring in a picture or have your parents email your picture to Mr. Reynolds to his email listed below. We'll hope you'll join us on our journey through America. See you for our next adventure.
In our literary zone, we were learning about earth science. Throughout this unit, you will learn that the earth is not a vending machine. It is a shared home, and different cultures use resources in different ways, from mining communities to sustainable forestry to renewable energy. You will also begin to understand that science is not owned, but a long conversation across generations. With time comes better knowledge for food, medicine, and navigation. If being human is a story, then being a good global citizen is choosing to be thoughtful co-author instead of someone scribbling over everyone else's page. Think beyond yourself, act with care for others and the earth. If you're looking for book ideas about earth science, you can ask Ms. Hansey for help. Remember, reading is like a superpower. It helps your brain get stronger and lets your imagination grow.
This week's positive action word of the week is decision. A decision is choosing between different options and arriving at a solution reached for a specific problem. Another way to say it is finding the answer or solution after careful thought over a period of time. To ensure you are making good decisions, remember to figure out what you are trying to decide about. Next, brainstorm options for solving each decision you make. Review any pros and cons from your brainstorming session. Finally, create a plan to move forward in a positive way. I hope you make some good decisions with this new knowledge. That is the positive action word of the week, decision. If you would like to showcase your interpretations for the positive action word of the week, ask your teacher for a PA definition sheet and show the school what you know through your drawings. Here are this week's student works from Integrity.
I'm Carter.
And I'm Gavin.
And here's what's happening in sports this week.
In professional sports this week, the Wild play the Vancouver Canucks, Ottawa Senators, and Detroit Red Wings. The Frost, Minnesota's women's team, play the New York Sirens and Vancouver Golden Knights. The Timberwolves play the Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, Philadelphia 76ers, and Charlotte Hornets. Minnesota FC Soccer plays the LA Galaxy. The Twins played the Kansas City Royals and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Spring sports are underway. Track has a couple of meets at UND and Bemidji State the past 2 weeks. This week, baseball and softball will try to get underway. Tuesday, baseball is home against the Winnie Mac Patriots. Thursday, softball is at Boston against the East Polk North Stars. Hockey has a highlight video from their season, which you can check out by using the link in the description.
This is a new segment called Obscure Sports. These are the weirdest sports to be found in competitive play. The first one is the Mullet Championships. The event features a showcase of some of the most brash and vintage hairstyles in the land. The winner is crowned Mullet champ and is awarded the Gilded Trophy. In the kids division, the winner was Colton the Coltonator Gull. In the teen division, the winner was Mason the California Comeback Padilla. In the adult division, the winner was Brandon Hot Blonde Elliott. It's time for you to start growing your mullet for next year.
In Home Team Heroes, we spotlight famous athletes from the state we are studying. This week, we spotlight NBA Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen. Pippen was born in Hamburg in 1965. He played college at Central Arkansas and in 1987 was drafted 5th overall in the first round by the Seattle Supersonics. However, he was immediately traded to the Chicago Bulls. While with the Bulls, Pippen won 6 NBA championships. He was a 7-time All-Star, 1994 All-Star MVP, 3-time All-NBA First Team, and 8-time NBA All-Defensive First Team. He won 2 Olympic gold medals in 1992 and 1996. He played 17 seasons in the NBA. He's had his number 33 retired by the Chicago Bulls and Central Arkansas Bears. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame twice on the same day in 2010 for the individual NBA accomplishments and Olympic career.
Please check the athletics calendar on the school's website for your favorite social media platform to stay on schedule with dates, times, and opponents for upcoming Flyers activities. That's our sports wrap-up. Now go make your own highlights.
It's time for the Orbit Report, where we give you fun facts about planets and what to look for in phases of the moon. This week we are going to share some fun facts about comets. They are leftover irregular formed balls of icy, slush, frozen gases, and dark minerals. They form in the orbit beyond Neptune, and some orbit the sun on a schedule. When they do, the sun boils the ice and dust in the core, or the center, to form an atmosphere called a coma. And when the gas and dust blows behind the coma, it creates a tail that can sometimes reach 1 million miles long. One super famous comet is Halley's Comet. People have seen it many times. It was last here in 1986 and will come back again in 2061. For the moon phase this week, it will be in a waxing gibbous phase. In this phase, the moon sets a few hours before sunrise. The moon's illumination is growing larger each day. The moon has an illumination of 94% and is currently 12 days into its 29-day cycle. On Thursday, it will be a full moon. That's this week's Ripper on the Orbit Report. Until next time, shine on.
Here are this week's announcements. Don't forget to keep collecting those pop tabs for the Ron McDonald House. Bring your pop tabs to Mrs. Lugger's 5th grade classroom. The grade that collects most pop tabs will earn a prize. There is only a month left because collecting ends on April 30th. Congratulations to those students who leveled up and next year this week into the ICU Weekly winners. We celebrate your accomplishments throughout the school. Next week, you are getting a mini spring break with no school for the district on Friday, April 3rd, and no school for the elementary on Monday, April 6th for teacher professional development. Finally, in our Critter Corner, we are going to look at the mascot for the state of Arkansas, the Razorback. Razorbacks are wild boars named after the high ridge of hair along their backs that raises when they are threatened or angry. They can have a super smell and digging ability. They can dig 3 to 4 inches of frozen ground and even overturn rocks that weigh 110 pounds. They travel in groups sometimes called sounders, can run as fast as a deer, and are good swimmers. Finally, Razorbacks can eat almost anything using their sharp tusks, but also do a lot of damage to crops and ecosystems. I snuffed out all of the news for today. Time to dig up something new for next week. Have a good week!
Thank you for watching our latest newscast. If you enjoyed our news, please show your support by liking and subscribing. Also, don't forget to hit the notification button so you don't miss any new post.